Whenever you want, I'm going.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Garbage Mice podcast, the podcast that has somebody listening right now who I don't want to listen. We have an intruder, ladies and gentlemen. We have a woman amongst us, not just any
Whoa,
woman.
whoa.
We
A
have our
woman.
mother. Oh, sorry, not our mother, my mother.
That would have been a real crazy coincidence if we both had the same one.
No, it's just my mother. So, backstory to this when I started this podcast, my mother didn't know how to speak English all that well, but she's been learning.
Oh no.
She's been making the effort to learn English, and now she speaks a level of English that
She knows just enough to understand a racist podcast online
Garbage
that
Mice
uses
podcast.
a very low level of vocabulary. We aren't really getting into highly intellectual topics here.
Dude, like, when your mother is like texting you about shit you say on your podcast, I really hope nobody here has to go through that. I really hope no one here knows that pain, especially now since I know my mother's watching, right? So I can't be comfortable with the topics I'm talking about. Like I can no longer talk about all the hard drugs I've been doing, all the heroin, all the fentanyl. None of that. It's I don't have those stories to tell anymore.
That's very unfortunate. I was really looking forward to the hard drugs episode where we took hard drugs on the recording and then told all of our crazy stories. But it's looking like that's not going to happen now.
And I can't even talk about the transvestite prostitutes anymore. Can you believe that?
You can't? No.
Or all the STDs I've been catching, like, Pokemon cards.
I wanted to hear about all this. I wanted to hear about how your collection is going.
So to keep it on the down low, it's going. I still have a couple I haven't caught, but then after I catch them, I become the super spreader event.
I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna be great.
They'll have to put my bodily fluids in biohazard containers. When they bury me, they have to put me in a casket full of lead, like Chernobyl.
Yeah, you need a radioactive proof urn when they burn you.
They'll be afraid to shoot me because if they do, then it might start a plague. So they would rather my bodily fluids just stay. That's where I've been, and I can't talk about that now. See, I want to talk about it. It's such a fun topic to talk about, but I can't because my mother's watching, and she'd be like, "He's collecting all the STDs."
Yeah, you don't want her to know about that. So we're just not going to talk about that.
Yeah, so no more talking about my unhealthy habits. Instead, let's talk about cigars.
Oh yeah, cigars. What kind of big doinks have you been smoking?
The cheap ones.
Yeah, sounds about right for you.
Well, fuck off. Dude, I've bought this humidor,
You'll
right?
buy 5 very expensive, very fine, silver lighters, and then you'll use them to light a $10 cigar.
Okay, so for the longest time, I've had a collection of silver cutlery, right? And I've been, for the longest time, not recently, just using that to eat mac and cheese, like Kraft's mac and cheese. And that's who I am as a person.
These are the kind of things you don't want to be admitting to your mom when she's listening.
Hey, honestly, I've lost all will to live a long time ago. Like, she can know all of this. I don't care. You think I care about how much my mother's like, oh, he's such a good little boy? Like, no, when I get shot by the police, I want her to say good riddance. I don't want her to be like... Anyway, I have 2 things. I have a glass jar where I keep a shot of whiskey so I can season my cigars to taste like whiskey. Okay. And I have a proper humidor. The humidor fucking sucks ass. Doesn't work. Dude, I've had to refill that thing with water so many times and I can't keep a right humidity. Why is keeping cigars so fucking hard? I will never know.
Well, you could just submerge them in water. Then they're very humid.
Then drink them like tea.
Cigar tea. Oh my.
Cigar tea. Don't give me any ideas, Red Sante. My cigars are so cheap. I might as well.
That's some Spinner of Cursed Dinners material right there. Cigar tea.
Down. Write that fuck down.
I'll write
Cigar
that down.
Tea.
Cigar tea.
Oh my god.
Everyone just got to hear the Discord notification of you cementing that idea into stone, just immortalizing it.
Your fault, not mine. Put it on Don't Disturb Us. Anyway.
Yeah, I have streamer mode on and it still went off somehow. I don't know how that happened. Whatever.
Discord moment. Speaking of cigars, I want to talk about the cultural difference between cigars and cigarettes. Right?
Yeah, I know what you're gonna get into here.
They're not the same thing, and they seem to attract quite a different clientele. Right?
Yeah. You know, everyone knows about the kind of market that's out there buying Newports and like Marlboro Reds.
Oh my
And man,
god!
I'm telling you, every time I go to like a gas station or something like that, and I go inside, there's always some guy there that's just buying like they're clearly like a construction worker, and they're just gonna subsist off of like a beef stick and a pack of Marlboro Reds. That's like all they need for the day. They smoke a pack of Marlboro Reds and eat a beef stick, and they're good for a 12-hour construction shift.
You're forgetting the most important part of their diet. Meth.
Oh yeah.
Like actual fucking hard drugs. Because that's most of the construction workers. Well, not most of them, but some of them that I've met. They're just completely fucking high off their mind half the time. Or weed.
Maybe that's how they work so fast.
Weed. Oh yeah. Or how they procrastinate so much.
They just smoke a bunch of meth and then go to a construction site. Man, maybe that's how they work so hard.
Dude, the meth addict I used to live with was a construction worker. It was great. I've lived with other I've known other construction workers, but the only meth addict that I know that was semi-functional was a construction worker.
But what were you gonna say about the differences between those two markets?
So I'm gonna go to like the most scientifically proven place to show the difference between cigarette and cigar culture. Reddit. And
of course.
We can go to the cigar subreddit and showcase the top rated post of all time, and the cigarette subreddit and show the top rated post of all time. See, on both subreddits, they're both like a older middle-aged man smoking in his car, right?
Yeah,
both of them have that in common.
There's quite a stark difference between them. Quite a big difference.
There's quite a little bit of difference here.
I'm gonna showcase it right now.
So first, put on the cigar one.
Yeah, so we'll put the cigar one up first.
The guy, first of all, holy shit, the guy looks baller.
This guy looks based. We need to have this guy on the podcast. We need to ask him, what's it like being a total gangster? What's it like living the thug life?
This guy looks like an AI generation of what a badass thug, like a fucking gangster looks like.
Yeah, he looks like a GTA 5 custom character kind of looking guy.
He looks like a loading screen. He looks like a boss in like some fucking... He looks like the portrait of a boss in a mafia film, right?
Yeah.
And the title is Celebrating My Son's Graduation with one of my favorite stogies. The Oliver Siri V. Melanio, my first university graduate. Dude, that is so fucking badass. The fucking ash of the cigar matching the color of his beard, the skin tone of the cigar matching his own skin tone, the black leather jacket that makes it almost look monochrome. This guy looks baller. This photo is honestly the most badass shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, this is pretty based. I gotta hand it to this guy.
Dude, his mustache is brown. How? His mustache matches his skin tone.
Yeah.
This guy has an intimidating presence.
And then we gotta contrast that.
The top cigarette post of all time. just discovered Reddit.
Discovered Reddit. Glad to find some fellow smokers. And then it's just this old man.
It's by George Kennedy, 1964.
And then this isn't even like the funniest one that we found. We have to.
This is the top one. This is just the contrast between the top ones. Dude, his jacket is like depressed.
Yeah. But we have to pull out the funny ones here.
Okay.
I'm gonna find it. Okay.
First one.
Hold on, let me pull this. Which one are we doing first?
The Serbian guy.
Okay. I'm just gonna put this up. All right, here we have the average Redditor. Just has a very unshaven neck and is
He has a Serbian flag, some
laying down.
yellow bedding behind him, just straight up piss yellow, and he's smoking in bed with a cigarette tray on his chest.
Hey,
And
leave it up to those Redditors to find ways to efficiently, just smoke tons and tons of cigarettes.
dude looks oh my god, dude, look at the top left side of his face. That looks like an indent.
Oh
That looks like
no.
there's skull missing there. Oh my god. Is this guy paralyzed or disabled? Are we
He
actually making
smoked too
fun?
many Newports, and then he just took a dive into a countertop, and now he's just got a dent in his head.
He puffed so hard he created enough vacuum to like cave in his skull. Oh my god. And he's like, if somebody hates you, you should respond with love. But if somebody TE hates you and become very boring, tell him to fuck off and give zero shit about it. Respect emoji with sunglasses on.
Yeah, the
I
most based
respect that.
man.
I respect that. That's like a new level of Eastern European depression.
Is this just the is this the standard of living out in Eastern Europe?
Dude,
Just
he's
like
living the life. Like he doesn't need to leave that bed.
laying in bed
He's
smoking
just quietly dying. Like he just
yeah,
doesn't give a fuck.
with a head
Like
dent.
one day he'll smoke his last cigarette, stop and be like, "That was a good cigarette." And then because he forgot to drink water for so long, he'll just perish. His blood will coagulate and he'll just die. And he'll be like, "Yeah, that was a good cigarette." Ugh.
Yeah, and then
Second one.
he's just no more. All right, second one. My wife is leaving me.
Say hello to my old friend Marlboro Hundreds after 10-year hiatus.
Yeah, so this
This
is
guy
the
looks depressed. This guy looks like he's got a gun in his other hand, not a phone, a gun, and he's contemplating suicide. I'm sorry.
I don't know, it
He
feels kind of
looks.
mean being hard on this guy.
I'm not even being
Who
hard. I'm just like
picked up
he.
smoking because his wife is leaving him. But
His
it's
wife,
funny that he just went and posted about it on Reddit.
dude, it's his face is funny. I'm sorry.
Uh,
His eyes are funny. Uh, shit. What else did I want to say about that? Dude, and in cigars, in the cigar subreddit, right? Like, I have no examples because it's not that funny. But you got people like posting about their smoking lounges in their houses and like the $200 fucking cigars they're smoking with a $500 bottle of whiskey.
yeah,
And they're just smoking it alone. It's all like, my wife is pregnant and we're having a child. Based. Or, like, I've seen one post at least. Look, I'm going to be honest here. I've seen one post in the cigar subreddit where the guy was like, "My wife is leaving me as well," and then he became transgender. I checked his Reddit, his post history. He's talking about like HRT timelines and such. It was actually depressing.
oh man, poor guy.
But other than that, like you browse cigars, and it's a very high class experience of like refined taste cigar smokers talking about they craft their own humidors. They have like their
Yeah,
own little dedicated smoking leather chair. They're all wearing suits or have their own like pool backyards. And the cigarette subreddit is just dudes in their cars smoking like and they're like,
yeah, they're
this
just
is what I smoked for this month. And it's like 50 packs or 80 packs or something. It's insane.
Oh, I was on r/cigarettes with a couple of friends a while ago, and we found this one picture. It was like, oh, this is my smoking area in my garage, and it was like a plastic, sort of like an outside chair, if you can imagine that, like a $5 lawn chair, and the ground was like black with ash because there were so many cigarettes.
Oh
Like they
my
had like
god.
cigarette butts all over the floor around their $5 lawn chair.
Oh my god. Why?
Like it looked like a dungeon.
Dude, this is the difference. You got
Yeah.
smokers who have like a fucking lounge
Oh
of
yeah.
like birch life, like
That's something else.
fine wood.
Like I've always noticed, like a lot of the wealthiest people that I know, they're all really into cigars, and they get like the really nice ones. It's
Hell
kind of
yeah, bro.
crazy.
They're fucking good. Like if you've never had a nice cigar, it's nice.
I
It's
have.
expensive for a fucking reason.
Yeah, I got to like have a little bit of a really nice cigar when I was at a party with a couple of people. And
Yep.
yeah, it was kind of nice, but I don't know. I try to stay away from stuff like that.
I mean, good on you. But some of us just don't fucking give a shit anymore.
Oh, I can tell. I remember going to like the smoke shop, the cigar shop that I had talked about a while ago. There was a bunch of people there. They looked like they were like 1 foot in the grave. Like they're like 75 years old. They've got, they don't have a whole lot of time left, and they're just smoking away. And
See, that's the
they've
other
been
thing.
smoking for like decades, and they're not going to stop anytime soon.
That's the other thing that gets me is that you go to cigar smokers and stereotypically you picture like this 80, 85-year-old farmer just sitting in the fucking patio with a shotgun and like smoking a big fat blunt. It's like,
Yeah.
yes, this is life, And it's weird. Like, why is that the stereotype? Why is the stereotype that cigar smokers live longer? I'll tell you why. Apparently, smoking one cigar daily just doesn't have any like dangers of cancer, according
Hmm.
to like the FDA, which sucks because I'm like, oh man,
Yeah.
what happened to the self-destructive part of this? Now I can't enjoy it to the same degree because I know it's not as self-destructive as it used to be. So yeah.
I hope my mic isn't picking this up. I'm just like eating right now.
I'm not picking it up, but it's probably in the recording. Fuck you, Retsante.
Let's go.
Uh, actually, I want to talk about this. For Halloween, what did you do, Retsante?
I worked like a 12-hour day. That was
Based.
that was my Halloween.
You know what I did?
Yeah, what'd you do?
I went to a Catholic movie night.
Catholic movie night. Let's go. Is it the same
Yeah.
people from the Lord of the Rings thing?
No. It's a different. Yeah, it's a different group. See, the Lord of the Rings thing was more high class Catholics, the Catholics that were born into rich families and just, really, really love the Lord. The guys at the Catholic movie night, they were more the base type of Catholic, the kind that I wish I'd met when I first joined the church, so I can be like, yeah, my people, instead of becoming less racist.
Hmm.
Uh no. So, for context, it's Halloween, right? You gotta dress up as something. Most of the women there dressed like nuns. One of the guys there dressed like 1920s Hitler.
I
Uh,
was gonna say it's kind of funny that they all dressed up as nuns, but that's funnier.
yeah, that's funny. No, and you know what I dressed up as? In a Catholic church? A
Hmm.
vampire.
Is there is there some kind of contradiction there?
All the crosses,
Is that a
dude.
sin? Oh,
All the crosses. I made sure to point that out every time. Every time we passed like a crucifix, I'm like, eh.
you're like, ow, I'm dying here. Lord help me.
Wait, no, it's the other guy. Anyway, we went. It was such an easy dress as well. It was basically just a suit with a cape on, and it looked baller. That
Hmm.
was my intent. It's just to look baller. Anyway, uh, some people brought food. It was great. We enjoyed our time. We socialized. Yada yada. Uh, then we start watching the movie. The movie's called Nefarious. Have you ever heard of this movie?
Nefarious? Let me look that
Yeah.
up.
So it is a Christian movie, right off the bat, about a guy possessed with a demon.
Okay. It came
It
out
is
this year. Yeah, I see it.
it is funny. It is very unintentionally funny.
Yeah, 6.4 out of 10 stars on IMDb.
See, the 6.4 are the people who actually enjoy this movie being anti-woke. But I'm gonna say this. This movie is woke in the other direction.
Oh no.
This movie is woke in the same way they try to force diversity in every fucking Hollywood movie right now. They're shoehorning in like abortion topics.
Yeah, I hate that.
It's fucking great though. It's hilarious.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe it's funny in that context. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
It's not funny. It's funny that it's there. It's not funny in the moment.
Yeah.
And the abortion topic was honestly the most well done.
What do they say about abortion? They're just like, oh, those heckin' baby killers, I give them a down vote. That's not wholesome.
No. So it's a guy talking to a demon, right? Like a guy possessed with a demon. First of all, they try to bring a Catholic priest in, and the demon's like, no, get him away from me. And then the priest is like, but we all know possession is not real. We have a better understanding of mental health now. And the demon's like,
that's probably the top post on r/atheism. Like, oh, the priest is walking towards me. Get him away. That'd be a really good Reddit post, like a blurry picture of like the Pope walking towards someone. Like, get him away.
An AI generated photo of like the Pope with a bunch of crosses behind him, like just shining light.
like no
Yu-Gi-Oh move, just like exercise him.
No, I don't want to be holy. No.
So yeah, it's I don't even know where like start with this movie. It's basically the main character is played by a Christian guy who really hates atheists, playing an atheist character.
All right.
So the guy is supposed to be like super smart, right? In the context of like the world of the movie. But he's acting super dumb. Cause the demon's like breaking shit with his mind and like telling him where he was born and who his mother is and who his father is. And like the fact that his wife is literally having an abortion as they speak. Like the guy just sent his wife off, not even his wife, just his girlfriend off to get an abortion, and then he went to okay. And the context of the movie is like the guy is judging whether or not the criminal is mentally fit to be executed, but the criminal is a demon, and that's the joke. And he killed the last guy who was assessing him by forcing him to commit suicide by like some demon shit. I don't know. And the most cringy moment of the film is like halfway through. It's not even the most cringy. It's just the most obvious.
Yeah.
Where the demon's like, "Well, you want me to prove to you that I'm a demon? Invite me into your body." And the guy's like,
"Oh no."
Okay. And then there's like a bit of tension, and he's like, "I invite you into my body." And then the demon doesn't do anything. And the guy's like, "Ha! See, I knew you weren't a demon." And then the guy was like, "Demons know how to be patient, my friend." And then they drop that bomb like 2 more times throughout the film. Okay. To give the film credit.
That's pretty Reddit tier. That I don't know about that one.
It's so Reddit. It's like it's boomer based. It is what boomers consider based. And oh my god, and there's even a part where they're like, oh my god, I just remembered this. Where they're talking like, you guys, and the atheist guy's like, you know what? The world is better than it's ever been. There's racial equality. There is sex, freedom between the genders. There is the freedom to love whoever you want, and the demon's laughing at him. Like the guy's saying, you can marry whoever you want, and the demon's just laughing. I love that part. And then the demon's like, we didn't even invent like wokeness. You guys just came up with that on your own. I respect that 100%. And the movie could have left it ambiguous on whether or not the guy was actually possessed or if it was just an old elaborate ploy, because it's implied that the actual killer was stalking the journalist, or not the journalist, sorry, the main character for a long time. So they could have really blurred the line on whether this was an actual demonic possession or not.
Yeah, that would have actually been kind of interesting.
No, they just spoil it in the end by like the guy trying to kill, like the demon possessing him immediately after the execution, and then trying to kill him,
Huh.
and then the guy's like, "God, please help me," and so God helps him.
Aw.
You see what I mean? Like, this is so fucking Reddit tier. And then no, there's an extra 15 minutes at the end of the movie where they gotta explain to you everything that happened in the last 2 minutes. Like, oh yeah, I was 100% possessed by a demon. I asked God for help. God did help. The gun that was pointed at my head misfired 3 times in a row. And I'm still an atheist.
Oh man, that's like a.
And
I'm just realizing it now. That sounds like one of the short films that Mumkey Jones would have made. Like
it sounds like a
that
Darman
sounds
film,
exactly
dude.
like something he would have made.
It's like a Darman film, I swear to God. And honestly, they were doing so well for the first half that I'm just baffled by how much they fucked up the rest of it.
Man.
And yeah, that's nefarious. Do I recommend this movie to anybody? Please do watch it. Watch it with a group that is not a bunch of Catholics, because you guys can make fun of the movie. I couldn't.
Man.
Also, I want to bring this up. All right.
Yeah.
I brought a friend with me to the event. Now
it's a
I know this
Catholic
is
movie night.
to the Catholic movie night. I know this is gonna seem very unbased of me and very cringe and not very red-pilled, but the guy's gay, right?
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. Artillery has friends. That's the big
Artillery
reveal.
likes to spend time with a gay man.
Okay, when you put it like that, it sounds awful. Please never say that again.
that was
And
intentional.
and also, he is Russian. Right.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, that's very related because we went there, right? And we're talking to my favorite guy from that movie night, and I'm gonna have a whole segment about him. He is okay. I think he's in his mid-30s. He works out. He's basically like a Ted Kaczynski fanboy to some extent.
He just like me for real.
He like works out. He's super based.
As I put my hand upon my 2 copies of both of Ted Kaczynski's writing.
Oh my god! So he asks, they're talking. We're talking. The guy's like, "Yeah, I'm Russian." The guy's like, "Well, who do you support, Putin or Putin?" Because fucking Kaczynski, right? And then he goes on to call Kaczynski gay for like doing that music video where he dances with a bunch of other men half naked, and he's like, "At least we know Putin is straight." And I found that fucking hilarious.
That is kind of funny.
That is hilarious, dude. Honestly, I love that guy. Dude, this guy, right? So, I met him during the Catholic board game night. Did I ever talk about that either?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, Catholic board game night, not very eventful. Bunch of Catholic men and women went there. We had pizza. It was great. This guy was the center of the show, right? Imagine like this 6'2", like fucking jacked guy. And
Okay.
he offers me and 2 other girls rides back to our homes. Like, we all live in different areas of the place. We all didn't come with a car. He's being generous about it. So he's like playing in his like 2006 manual shift drive car, which he's being very reckless, driving it very recklessly, as if he's the guy from the movie Drive. This just occurred to me, but he was dressed like Ryan Gosling.
Oh man.
He's playing synthwave music and shit like that.
Oh, let's go.
I try to recommend bands to him, and he's like, if it's not very esoteric, I might not like it. I'm like, yeah,
if it's
I
not
can.
like painful to listen to, I don't like it.
I'm like,
Right.
I can tell you drive a stick shift.
I know someone who's like that, where like they will not listen to any music that isn't just like grating to the ears of a normal person, and he's like a
Honestly,
full-blown communist.
I used to be like that. Like not very long ago, like a few months ago. All I would listen to is like Death Grips.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to leave the call.
oh my god, I'm sorry. Look, I listen to good stuff now. I listen to like Melchad Dama, Gorillas, and like fucking Tame Impala. Okay, I've normified myself. I listen to synthwave and what the fuck was that called? Like vaporwave sometimes, and that's about it.
Vaporwave.
Anyway, we talk about that, and he's like cool with it, right?
Yeah.
And the women were talking like how awful it is that all the all the movies nowadays are like, or like all the media, like all the music at least. All the music is like super about sex, super immodest, super fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy's like, and I shit you not, well, let's just call it how we see it, right? I mean, all these Hollywood and music producers are all fucking Jews.
Let's go.
That's what he said.
Based.
He's scaring all the hosts.
Based.
He's
And
scaring all the.
red-pilled.
He's scaring all the women away. Okay.
Based.
I wanted to say based and red pilled so badly, but I didn't want to like, you know.
Artillery not scaring away the hoes. Come on. We need the old artillery back. He would have scared those hoes back to the Middle East. We need the old artillery.
The old artillery would have made Hitler look like a fucking centrist. Right? But when hoes are on the line, when it's that premium virgin Catholic pussy, I feel very dirty saying that.
Your mother is going to listen to you speak those words. How do you feel?
Fuck up.
She's going to have to like translate.
Oh my god.
What does that mean? Oh my.
Very modest artillery. Honestly, it was great. And then that was the board game night. Guess what was the topic of okay, so for the movie night, again, he's dressed like 1920s Hitler. And it's very obscure. It's very obscure.
Wait, this guy's talking about the Jews and he's dressed like Hitler?
1920s Hitler. See, he's not going in with a full like swastika armband and everything like that, because that would be too obvious, right? He's very subtle about it.
Oh,
like, hold on.
He's trying to be subtle about his Hitler costume.
I'm trying to find.
Can we get this guy on the podcast? Okay, here's what we need. Here's the ultimate lineup. We need this guy, and then Ghost Z-Rad, and then Reactor. We need those three all in the same voice chat. The Discord would just get banned. If we got those three in the recording booth, they would just shut us down immediately.
And dude, I love being around people who make me feel like I'm normal. Comparatively speaking, where I'm like, okay, even for me, that dude's way too far gone.
Yeah, I wouldn't go to a Catholic event dressed as Hitler, so that
1920. No, it was
I
very
can feel
subtle.
good about myself.
It was very subtle. I mean, he didn't. Okay, so
okay, try to describe what he was wearing.
Like it was just like some.
Did he
Austrian...
have a little mustache painted?
No mustache, no suit, no armband, no like crosses. This is like 1910s. Like this is before Nazism, right? This is like right after World War II depression Hitler.
Okay.
Right. Like it's barely like it's not even military attire. Anyways,
what's he wearing? Just like normal clothes?
Yeah, but it's like taken from a photograph of Hitler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's just being based. Where was I? Yeah, so we get in the car and it's all of us men. It's just dudes in the car. So power level unlocked. Not to the extent that I would like it to be, but I was a little more comfortable. And guess what topic we started going on about?
Oh no. Hit me with it. Tell me.
Women.
Let's go.
Oh my god, it was great.
All right, drop your takes. What
All
happened?
right.
What'd you say? What was talked about?
It pains me to say this, but I was the least virgin among all of these people.
Oh, that's bad. Oh, come on.
Listen. They're all Catholics, right? Like,
Okay.
it's not just no sex before marriage. It's no hand holding before marriage. It's like, oh my god, she looked at Brad. It's over. Her eyes gazed upon someone else who wasn't I.
Oh
It is
no.
so Jover. It's great. And can you guess what takes these guys had about women?
Oh man, dude, I can only imagine. It's got to be like, the makeup industry is evil. We need to,
Yep.
we need
Yep.
to like lynch everyone who produces makeup. We need to like literally burn like whores.
God. No, we didn't go that far. They were a lot more modest in their beliefs. They just believed that women are fucking stupid, which to some extent, to a very minor
Oh
extent.
man, according to my anecdotal experiences, some of which I've like talked about on stream and like on this podcast before, that's probably true.
Dude, women, I swear to fucking God. I don't like we just have different brains. Let's just get it over. It's not that they're stupid, it's just that we don't fucking think the same fucking way. Which being autistic, I know all about. I'm like, why the fuck are all these people so fucking stupid? Meanwhile, people are like, why the fuck is he so fucking stupid? Well, the answer is because
Yeah,
my brain fucking bad.
your brain like got installed backwards when you were born.
I min maxed, right? Like I got a lot into mathematical intelligence with like zero into keeping eye contact and not fucking playing around with my hands while talking to people. Ah. Anyways,
Yeah.
then we move on to my favorite topic, which is shit tests with women.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
I feel
so
like
do you know?
we've talked about that before, but yeah.
I don't think I have because this was very recent. See, Red Sante, can you define what a shit test is?
I guess it would be them basically trying to like vet you, but it's not in like a good way. Like that's a good thing to kind of like test the person that you're going to potentially be dating, but it's in like a malicious way that a lot of women do it.
Yeah, but so that is the actual definition. What do you think they thought a shit test is?
They're probably really wrong about it because they're men.
They're like, all right, so they're talking like, a woman will sometimes shit test you, right? Which, yes, true, some women do that.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, if a woman ever tells you, like, oh man, I think the government should be run by bees, or something very stupid like that, they're giving you a shit test. See, they'll know that if you're desperate enough, you will agree with whatever they say. It's like, wow, that is such a good idea, baby. Meanwhile, if you're a strong man with strong convictions and strong and yada yada, you will tell her, no, that's fucking stupid. The government should not be run by bees.
I don't even know what to think about that. What?
I believe it.
Yeah, I don't even think that that's like in like an interaction that's exclusive to like men and women. I think that's just something that a lot of people do.
It is something that a lot of people do. What he's saying, look, let me translate men talk to actual talk here.
All right.
Some women will try to test in the water if you're being too much of a people pleaser, right? Like if you're being overly nice and not being your authentic self just to get in her pants.
Yeah.
Which is reasonable. Like, think about a simp, right? Oh, baby, no, please, no. I absolutely like love 1970s Dostoevsky novels. I'm willing to read them. Like, somebody who just completely fucking like texts every fucking minute, has no time for his actual self. Like, It's the type of dude that's like talks to a woman for like 5 days, where he's like, "Hey, how's it going, baby?" And she's like, "Good." It's like, "Wow, so happy to hear that." Yada 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 yada. And she's like, "Nice." Just replying one-word letters. And then on the 6th day, he's like, "I love you so much. I don't know what I would do without you in my life. Please, baby, yeah." You know, shit like that. Where they think the nicer they are, the more stereotypically Hollywood they are, the more chances they like the stereotypical nice guy.
Sure, yeah.
But this is coming from the perspective of a very emotionally immature guy who's never touched a woman in a very inappropriate way. Which, again, respect for that, but he's 36. I don't know why I'm roasting this guy. He's fucking great. This guy's great. I don't know why I'm being such a fucking asshole. It's because he's not gonna fucking ever listen to this, right? He doesn't know that I'm talking this much shit about him, and I'm probably wrong about him as well. It's just funnier to exaggerate this shit.
Yeah, I guess so.
You guess so. Dude, you're so mad. Sorry, am I being offensive to you? Have you never touched a woman? That's something.
Oh, I have. Oh, come on! What are you doing? What are you doing to me here?
I'm sorry.
I'm rolling off the comically large beer right now. Here, I'll put an image up on screen. I sent it in our hangout of my comically large beer that I'm rolling off right now.
You're just depressed. I'm sorry. I'm describing you so accurately, mate.
No. Okay, whatever.
And one of the topics we did talk about was like, you should never, ever, ever show emotion around a woman.
And
I'm like,
that's cap.
That is actual cap. No, see, again, you got to consider this from this perspective, right? Last time this dude probably showed emotion around a woman, it was in the same vein as like, "No, baby, please, I love you so much." You know, just being completely fucking overwhelming and obnoxious, which drives a woman away. And then he found out that if he doesn't actually share his true feelings, women tend to like him a little more because he's not being as clingy.
Yeah, because his true feelings suck.
Not because his true feelings suck, it's because he doesn't know how to express them properly. But his reaction was like, "Oh, maybe I should never show my true feelings." Which is unhealthy, but hey, what am I gonna fucking do about it? What was I saying?
You're talking about the busload of Redditors that you're zooming around Canada with.
Dude, this is the opposite of Redditors. This is 4chaners.
Right. Okay, when we talk about Redditors and 4chaners, I'm just imagining like horseshoe theory being proven correct. Like they are one and the same at this point.
Unironically, the fattest neckbeard Redditor I know and the most fit base jack dude I know are both so fucking wrong about women in it's comical. And they're both so fucking and I'm not the biggest authority on women, right? Like, I despise those creatures. I'm done with women.
No. Artillery, no.
Cap. Okay. Cap. You know how it's been going for me, right?
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah. Well, I say that as if it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
I say that as if, let's not talk about that here.
Yeah,
my mother listening.
Artillery is very successful with the ladies.
I've definitely not taken up to hiring prostitutes or anything like that. No, Mom. What are you talking about? I am fucking successful. Shut up. Why are you saying that in such a sarcastic voice? Fuck you, dude. Dude. Why are you trampling on me now? We're supposed to have a common enemy, bro.
What's the common enemy here? Women?
Fucking yes, but also Redditors.
Oh man.
Dude. All I'm saying is Catholics, they're great. I love them so much.
I gotta agree with that.
Dude, cause like here's the difference, right? When every single like man and woman that I know outside of the Catholic Church is like fucking on the first date, basically, like, "Oh, let's go back to my place, baby," and from complete strangers to in your home, it is nice to have some like a group of people who are collectively just like unaware of the other sex's existence. I don't know. It's great.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's your take on this? Do you which do you
what's
prefer?
my take on women?
on like I don't know, cross gender interactions between men and women.
Oh man, where to even start? It's like yeah, we don't understand each other. That's like the root of all evil here. That's the root of all of our problems. Is that men and women, we don't understand each other. And for some reason, communication for a lot of people is just impossible.
See, what I've known, like, if you can communicate properly, if you can actually say, "Hey, these are my needs not being met. This is the problems I'm having. You're doing this, which is bothering me," from both men and women, it'll work out great. But what usually happens is they don't understand that it's just fundamentally a communication problem because men act differently than women do. And then it's like, oh, it's so Jover. It's Jover.
Yeah, like it's just Jover. That's like Redditors. Okay, we're back to talking about Redditors. That is every Redditor.
See,
like they hear they read a post where it's like, oh, me and my girlfriend or wife are struggling.
Oh yeah.
And then they'll just say like, divorce.
My wife forgot to grab me McDonald's today. She grabbed hers. Fucking kill her in her sleep.
Yeah. Put her in a cardboard box in the middle of the night and like dump her off the Golden Gate Bridge.
Or like, my husband calls me like stupid pie, and that makes me really upset. And all the comments are like, if he is willing to disrespect you so much, then you need to find someone who treats you better. I don't care that you have 8 children together and have been together for 55 years, and now you're 80, and you never told him about this. You should kill him.
Yeah.
But where was I?
About talking about communication. I think that's what we were brushing on.
Like, listen, right? And this is something I've noticed a lot as well. Some people just express... You gotta understand this. Some people express emotion differently. Some people have different needs when it comes to relationships. And it all comes from the way we were raised and whether our parents beat us up as kids or not, yada yada. I'm not kidding about that part. It's important.
I know you're not. Like that's...
Yeah. So some people who got beaten a lot are usually very cold with their emotions and very distant and don't want to be close with each other. And what will happen is you'll get this fucking Redditor who's never touched a woman before and who mommy and daddy liked him but not too much. And he will just fucking cling, like, please don't leave me, which the other person will be like, ugh, and then leave.
Yeah.
So like that's... To me, it's just understanding that, hey, sometimes a partner just needs, like, it's just different needs, right? But
yeah,
you don't even get... See, what sucks here is that I can get, like, a date or two, but then they discover I'm autistic. Like, I don't even tell them. It's just very apparent, right?
Yeah. Oh,
so
I think it's pretty obvious, yeah.
Oh, shut the fuck up. It's not that obvious.
I'm just being kind of mean.
You're being very mean, Red Sante. You're a big meanie. You're bullying the disabled host of the podcast. You're bullying the diversity hire disabled host of the podcast. How dare you?
I mean, who knows? Maybe Lil Pizza Box might be more disabled than you now. Maybe he got hit by a mortar.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude. Oh my god. Take it easy.
Holy I really shit. Hope he's not actually, because that would be really bad.
The fuck, dude? The dude straight up has PTSD now. Like, you know what kind of shit he's been through. Oh my god.
We don't know what he's actually done. He's probably been just like sitting at a desk in Ukraine somewhere or something.
Dude,
I don't know.
Don't you remember like the last conversation we had with him?
No. What did he say?
Let me just type it in the secret hangout.
Okay.
or just directly in the DMs to you so he doesn't see it.
I was gonna say he's gonna be able to see. Oh.
You don't remember that?
Oh no. I don't remember that. Oh no.
You don't remember, dude? The fuck?
Oh no, that was a long time ago. I feel like he talked about that on the podcast.
That was a long time. That shit still happened, dude.
Well, yeah, I know that he's probably not like over it now, but he talked
what
about
a pussy.
that. I'm pretty sure.
He's not over.
No, I'm pretty sure he talked about that on the podcast. I'm not gonna say it, because I don't know, but I'm pretty sure he talked about that.
I think it was post recording. He talked about it. I'm not sure. Just to be on the safer side, right? If he talked about it on the podcast, the real OGs will know what we're talking about. If not, then they'll be like, "What happened to Little Pizza Box?" And then they'll keep fucking spamming him in Discord. And please don't do that. Shit. Now that I said that, some fucker's gonna don't do it. I'm being honest here. Just leave the man alone.
Yeah.
Where were we?
Oh, where were we? Where in the world were we? We're talking about like 18 different things that are all like
we were talking
triggering
about
to us.
We were talking about women and how fucking how just people need to communicate better to foster better relationships.
Yeah. Okay,
which is
my actual like take on women that I should probably just like drop to clear things up. I am not spiteful. I am not hateful of women like at all. There are some.
Good to know.
There are some specific women that I really do not like for specific reasons. But I think that the gap between the genders and why there is tension right now is I think it's a communication issue. Like it's kind of just what we've been talking about. Like we don't know how to talk to each other.
But speaking of those women you don't like, well, there's also men I don't like. Like it's fucking mutual. Like there's also like, you know what I mean. But did I ever talk about the blue-haired girl from work?
I don't think so.
All right, so she was this like teen girl that when I was, when I was 21, not teen as in like 15. No, I'm just early, before 20, basically.
Yeah.
She wanted to fuck me.
Okay.
I didn't want to fuck her.
Blue hair, be aware. Danger.
Blue hair,
danger.
BPD-ish, very bubbly and weird, and like
you know again, what Negative XP said about those people. Take lessons from him.
So I'm gonna talk about her because her story, like this wasn't in the ideas channel. I'm gonna fucking talk about her because I never have before. Basically, initially she like, my whole shtick is that I scare the hoes away. I didn't scare her away, and so I'm like, okay, let's just become like, I wanted to be her friend, or not even be her friend. It was kind of a weird mix where I was considering fucking her, but I just never saw her that way. I always wanted. She found out that I'm a lot more open to talking about like trauma and shit like that than like fucking, I don't know, whatever. It was weird. It was like she noticed that whenever she would talk, like, oh my god, can you? Because I'm way taller than her, right? She would wear loose blouses and then ask me, oh my god, can you see my tits? And I'd be like, yes. Pull up your shirt. We're at work.
We're at work.
Dude, it wasn't even like the autism. Like she was very blunt, and I was also very blunt that I don't want to. Because honestly, on one hand, yeah, she was a friend. B, it was a complicated relationship situation, and C, she had talked so often about like, oh, and then I was raped by this person, and then raped by that person, and did this and that, and this and I just ended up feeling bad for her. Like I just wanted to be like a male in her life who hasn't fucked her. Like that was to me more important than fucking her. So I felt bad about her. So because of that, she realized that her seductress ways, like she would wear fishnets to work in winter, and then like I would just not
Oh
like
no.
touch her or like be weird around her. I was not sexual with her in any way. No matter how much she tried to be, she like I'm pretty sure she was curious because again, she's like a hot woman. She's used to all men wanting to fuck her, and I didn't want to fuck her. Eventually, she realized that I'm more interested in talking about us as people than to
You're,
fuck her or
you're more
anything like
interested
that.
in like telling her about the entirety of the Catholic lore.
No, this was pre-Catholic artillery.
Uh,
This was one of like the major kicks I took to be like, this world is rotten and corrupt. Fuck these people and become Catholic. Uh, she realized that her like whenever she talk about herself, I'd be more reactive. So she thought, oh, to seduce this guy, I gotta talk about trauma. So she just started
oh,
making shit up. And
what was the most unbelievable thing she said?
it's not the most unbelievable thing. Uh, at some point, and again, this is like from the perspective, she was my only friend in all of Canada at the time. But I don't remember what it was. I think again, she's trying to fuck me. She's trying to do all that, but then I discover she has a boyfriend, which is like disgusting to me.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm just like fuck this. And eventually, I stopped talking to her because of that, or not even just stopped talking to her. Like I'm not stone cold walling her. I'm just like, yeah, it's cool. She's like, hey, how's it going? Are you okay? Are you feeling well? I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Uh, I'm gonna talk about the whole situation. I'm gonna talk about the situation preceding this. But anyways, what she lied about was that her mother killed herself when I stopped talking to her. She said she took me to the side. And
Oh
she's like,
man.
I just got a call that my mother killed herself,
Man,
which was a lie.
that's like setting the scene for like a comedy film or something. Like this
Dude, that
girl now
was
has to like hide her mom from you somehow. That's like the intro to like an It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode or
dude,
something.
dude. I'm so autistic that I found out that no, her mother didn't kill herself, but like 2 weeks ago, her grandfather died of natural causes. Because
Uh,
obituaries are public in like British Columbia.
yeah.
She, the whole situation, and again, this is pre-Catholic artillery, right? Uh, I did have a girlfriend at the time. She said she was okay with an open relationship, right? And this is why I was skirting the line of I'm fucking her or not fucking her.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering that. Like, weren't you like taken at this time?
Yeah, I was,
That's
but
also that's probably a red flag right there. She
I
was
mean,
okay with an open relationship.
it turned out to be a major red flag in the end. We all know how that fucking turned out.
Oh no.
God fucking damn, dude. Uh,
The ghost of Christmas future right there.
Ghost of Christmas Fear. Like I had 4 years worth of foreshadowing. But see, again, she was okay with an open relationship as long, and then I actually met a woman that I was kind of friends with outside work. And I told her everything that happened. Like I wasn't even like hiding anything from her. I was like, "Yeah, today we met, we talked, and she asked me to see her tits." I'm like, "No." And then my girlfriend at the time is like, "I don't want an open relationship anymore. You're talking to way too many women.
You're too much of a Chad. This can't
You're too
happen.
much of a see." Because I believe like from her perspective, it was more like I'm getting closer to a woman, and so I
Oh.
might dump her for it. Because like if it's for sex, it's sex, right? It's fucking whatever. But if you're actually getting close to the woman, I was not interested in either. She was just I friend zoned a woman. I just realized that. It drove her crazy. It drove her crazy to be friend zoned. Oh my god, it makes a lot more sense now that I put it like this.
Huh.
Uh anyway, so that's when the whole like fucking not fucking thing. It was weird, right? It was a weird chapter in my life. Honestly, I'm so fucking glad all that is over.
Yeah.
Uh, what do you
Yeah.
think? Tell me what your opinion is.
My opinion
Judge me right now.
of this woman. I mean, I've been in like a similar situation. That's kind of all I can think of right now.
What
Or,
kind of situation?
or there was a girl at work that was like coming on to me pretty hard, and I just didn't want anything to do with her.
It's not that I didn't want to do anything to do with her. Like, we got along. That's the sad part. Like, we shared some of the same interests. We had the same kind of humor. Like, I've been friends with women before, and it can work. But in Canada, I feel like sex is mandatory. Like, again, first date, you gotta have your hands on the woman's vagina, or it's not gonna work out. And it's weird for me. See, what I discovered is I'm kind of less open to sex than I initially thought. Does that make sense? Like, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with touching women. I'm just not fine with touching women first 5 minutes of fucking meeting them.
Yeah, that sounds pretty normal. Like,
Yeah,
I don't think it's healthy when people are so open to casual stuff, so to say. Like, I don't think that's healthy. I think there's something wrong with you if that's something that's acceptable to you.
Honestly, look, after like, I am way more open to casual stuff now. Like, again, like most relationships should start off casual, yada yada. But there is definitely something like different here about it. It's not just casual. It's completely devoid of any interest to the other person.
Yeah, I think that's messed up. Like, that's something that's probably unhealthy. I don't know if I'm qualified to say like, oh, you have something wrong with you, but it's probably unhealthy if that's something that you're just constantly like engaging in. Because the people that I know that do that are miserable. Like, I know people that are like giga chads that will have like tons and tons of girls around them constantly, and they're miserable. Like, they feel like they've ruined a part of themselves, where it's like they're not able to bond with people anymore.
See, I think that's got a lot more to do with the type of the person than the actual like sexual aspect of it. Because hear me out, right? If you are already unable to form these attachments, and this goes back to my point, like some people just kind of are not available emotionally. But it's part of human nature to still want someone to be with, so they will try to find that person, or not even try to find that person. They will try to fill that void without going the extra mile of opening up. See, again, we go back to my Catholic friends being like, you should never show emotions around a woman. Well, dude, at that point, it's not a relationship. You're still treating her like a stranger.
Yeah.
Right? Look, relationships are complicated, and you kind of need to be full in your own self before you're able to enter a relationship. You kind of need to be like, all right, I'm emotionally available. I'm mature enough for communication, because if you want a happy, like healthy relationship, it's part of, like, it's two gears running against each other, and if one of the gears is broken or both the gears is broken, shit's gonna go bad. So you gotta be aware of all that. I would recommend, I would recommend most people like read Attachment Theory, which talks about like avoidance. Because again, some people are secure, they're okay with love. Some people are so anxious about love, they're just super paranoid about it. What is my partner doing? Yada yada. And some people are just so avoidant they don't care. See, and what I've realized
this is kind of starting to sound like Artillery's therapy session. Artillery's psychotherapy analysis.
I'm the psychotherapist here. I'm the psychotherapist here.
I don't know about that. I think it sounds to me like you're grasping for something. That's what it sounds like to me.
Like grasping for what, Holmes? No, because this is like behavior I see around people, like with people around me, like with family and shit. Like after I read this, I looked at, like, for example, my brother. I'm like, oh my god, that explains so much about him and his relationships.
Yeah,
Like, it doesn't even apply to
I
me. It applies to
understand
a
that, but
different
I still
party.
think I'm right here.
Okay, then you tell me about your relationship stuff, guy, huh?
I'm not gonna talk about that.
Oh, look at Mr. I want privacy here. Look at Mr. I won't share the entirety of my life on this anti-Semitic podcast where my mom listens guy here.
Thankfully, my mom does not listen to this podcast.
Yeah, because you're not stupid enough to show this podcast to your coworkers and mom.
I showed it to my dad, and I still don't know if he listens to it or not.
Why? That's so much worse. Well, actually,
Oh,
it's not that much worse.
it was like after we recorded our first episode, or like before we recorded it. I just told him like, "Oh, by the way, I'm gonna like go record a podcast now, so like don't bother me." And he's like, "Oh, a podcast." Because I didn't think that this was gonna turn into something. I didn't think that I'd still be doing it like nearly 2 years later.
Dude, can you believe it?
Yeah, it's
How
been
much
so
has
long.
changed? How much has changed, dude?
Yeah, a lot has changed in the time since we started doing this.
Like we're both like, okay, look, hold up. So sorry, I had a call. A lot has
Oh,
changed, and like we're in different place. Dude, I am in such a different fucking place. I got such a big room, fucking smoking cigars on the back patio, cooking my own food. Have I talked about that?
oh no, let's have another pasta segment here. Let's have
Well, first of all, we
for
agreed on
anyone
a
who
segment.
remembers the pasta segment, we're gonna have a part 2.
No, first of all, let's talk about like McDonald's.
Okay. Yeah, we were gonna talk about McDonald's.
Well, what's the weirdest order you've taken from McDonald's?
The weirdest order that I've gotten, I remember one time they like messed up my order where I got 2 McDoubles and they gave them to me with like nothing on them. Like it was literally just like the meat with the bun, and there was
Oh my
no salt or seasoning or anything on the meat. It was disgusting.
oh
And
my god.
so I just like ate one of them because I was so hungry, and then I was with like a friend of mine. We were in my car, and we were like, "What are we gonna do with this thing?" Like my second McDouble, 'cause it was just like this gross like nothing. And so we just ran over it with my car.
Oh my god.
We just like put it underneath the wheel and just ran over it, and it flattened out. It like chemically bonded to the pavement. It got so flat,
Jesus.
and we just left it there.
Why would you waste that though?
I didn't want to eat it. It was gross, and it's like a $1 burger.
Oh my
It was supposed to
god.
have like lettuce and stuff, and it didn't have anything. It was
Go back to them and tell them you fucked up my order.
the line
Call
was like
them.
an hour long.
Like run to the front of the line. You already fucking waited.
Well, it was
Go through the drive-through or
okay.
something.
No, you don't understand how bad the McDonald's are here.
Maybe I don't.
The
It's California.
inside, the inside of the restaurant
It's full of black people.
was not open at all.
Oh,
The only
shit.
way to talk to a person there was to sit in the drive-through line, and it was like 50 cars long.
Okay, that sucks.
Yeah, so I wasn't gonna like try to get my $1 back or anything. Like I just wanted to run over the burger with my car, and it was really funny. You don't seem to find it as funny, but we found it pretty funny.
Dude, because I'm hungry.
And that's like
I'm dieting right now.
there's so much like weed just in the air constantly in California that we just find like random things like that really funny. We see a burger getting flattened by a wheel of a car, and we just laugh hysterically.
Yeah. What did I want to tell you? Dude, you know what you can buy at McDonald's?
What?
A triple quarter pounder with cheese.
A
Three-quarter
three-quarter pounder
with cheese.
with like a slice of cheese on top of every quarter pound. So like you get like 6 cheese slices.
No, just a slice.
No, just one. Okay, where do they put it then? Like in the middle?
I don't know, but dude, no, see, they put it on the top.
Yeah.
It is so fucking greasy.
Oh, I can imagine. You take a bite into that thing, and it just like
Dude,
drenches
I
you.
I squeezed it over my sink first. I had to fucking what do they call it? Like
You had to
like
wring it out.
wring it out, dude. Oh my god, it was and I ate it, and it was so full of protein. I made gains, dude. We have a fucking place here called Fat Burger, and they actually sell like a pounder,
Oh man,
like a pound patty.
a 1 pound burger. Okay, that's kind of ridiculous.
Okay, hold on. It's called like the Double King.
That's like,
Double
dude,
King
how do you
burger.
have a 1 pound burger? That's like, I imagine it would have to be like 2 like half-pound burgers, like
Yeah, it
just
is.
like a single 1 pound patty that would be like 2 inches tall.
No. It's like two. Okay, so they have XXL Double King Burger 1 pound, and it is at least 1,268 Oh my fucking god! They have a Triple King Burger.
Wait, how many
XXXL Triple King Burger.
is that? 1.5 pounds?
It's 1.5 pounds.
Bruh, that's like
And
what like Chad is eating. Like some guy gets out of the gym after like a 3-hour workout. Like, yeah, I need the triple half-pound. I need
dude,
the one
honestly,
and a half pound burger.
I've eaten like 3/4 pounders, and like when I cook for myself, I've eaten like more than a pound of meat at once.
Oh, I
Like
definitely have
more than a
to.
pound of steak. So fucking good.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to talk about the first. See, I was not a very good home cook, was I? Because I didn't cook at home. So
Okay.
I want to share my first attempt at a steak.
Yeah.
Some people might ask me, did you cook it medium?
Actually,
Did you cook it well done?
before you
Did you?
go,
Yeah.
did you know that we've been recording for like an hour and 15 minutes?
Has it felt like an hour and 15 minutes?
I have no idea. Dude, it's felt like 2 minutes. It feels like we just did the intro.
Dude, it's such a good episode then. We should keep going. Fuck you.
Yeah, let's
You want to
keep
stop
going.
recording now?
No, I don't want to stop. That's not what I
We're
was
making
saying.
content gold, baby. We got to make that Patreon money.
Patreon money. Okay, that's a funny joke. That's the funniest joke you've come up with. What is our Patreon at? I'm gonna check while you tell your story.
10 Canadian.
10 Canadian. Okay, so that's like 1 American.
After like the rut. After we stopped uploading. But anyways, want to see my first steak?
Sure. Oh man, it's either gonna be like a burnt piece of coal or it's gonna be just like completely raw.
Well, you called it. Oh my god, why is the
no.
image 15 fucking megabytes?
Oh no! Artillery! No! No! No, don't tell me you ate like a piece of that.
Dude, I ate all of it.
No! No! Why, Artillery? Why? Why,
Protein.
Artillery? Protein!
Gains. Gang.
I'm surprised you're still alive.
Dude, it's beef. You can eat beef raw.
Okay, I guess you technically can. But, oh my.
It's not like pork or fucking chicken or anything.
Oh, that second picture is so much worse. Oh, that's awful.
Hey, easy on me, bro.
No.
Easy. It's not that bad. Like, it tasted raw and it was very chewy and tasted like I was eating a fucking animal, like a Paleolithic caveman. Dude, I felt like the Liver King, honestly. It's great.
Oh, that's ridiculous. Oh no.
What's ridiculous about it? It's fine. It's fine.
That's like oh man, you must have. There's no way that you cooked that to more than like 100 degrees internal.
I cooked it on medium. Some stupid.
That doesn't look like you cooked it on medium because like the outside looks fine, but then you get like 1 centimeter below the surface and it's like still mooing.
It's alive, baby.
Oh man.
Anyway, the second steak I cooked was way fucking better.
Okay. That's a nice like
Medium rare.
yeah, medium rare. That's
Like
pretty
it
good.
actually looks edible.
Yeah.
It looks safe. It doesn't look like it's gonna take over my body from the
Yeah,
inside.
this one would pass a health inspection. I don't think the other one would.
Possibly. Yeah, I've actually been cooking my own meals recently. I've discovered so much. Like, you can make soup with chicken broth, dude. I thought
Whoa.
you just drank chicken broth, like juice.
Okay, this is like rivaling the stupidity of when I said I discovered that you can put salt on pasta to make it better.
I'm fucking with you, dude. Actually, speaking of which, like, I'm still discovering the culinary arts. Like, I'm still fucking like approaching them slowly. See, most of what I know how to cook is noodles.
Yeah,
So a lot of what I cook is cooked with noodles.
which that's not a bad thing. Like that's what I have for breakfast most days. Like I'll make like noodles and then just have like a protein with it, like a hot dog or something.
Okay, dude. Udon noodles are so low in calories, it's insane. Like they're half the
Oh,
calories
udon,
of regular
yeah.
noodles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like how the fuck does that happen?
I don't know.
Like, dude, it's great. Like I made
I don't know.
some
Not for
I
me.
bought a bunch
I'm trying to bulk. It's not good for me.
bulk with protein, dude. Fuck.
I guess bulk isn't the right term then. I'm trying to have calories. I'm trying to have energy for my day.
You're trying to get fat. I'm actually trying to lose weight now. See, whenever I'd go to the gym, I told you my appetite would rise.
Yeah.
So I've been hard stuck on 220 pounds for
Huh.
like a month now. So I don't I've been like actually trying to eat way less nowadays.
Mm,
So I'm
I
actually
see.
starting to lose weight again. I'm like at 215.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I'm waiting until I get like to like 200 or 190. I want a lean body, to be honest,
Hmm.
and then I can bulk up like my muscles. Nothing wrong with my like. See, I look at my old photos at the gym, or not my old photos, like my recent photos of the gym, and I'm like, it doesn't look that bad. I just have a bit of a belly that I don't like. I'm trying to get rid of that. Does
Yeah,
that make
I mean,
sense?
to get rid of your belly, yeah, you probably have to go down to like 190 or like 180.
Yeah, like I'm fine with a little bit of it, but right now it's a little too big. Like it's fit. It's fit, but it overhangs a little bit. And like I want to have like that perfect beach body for January.
Uh, yeah, I mean, 200 should probably be your goal then. Like if I'm just
Yeah,
going off of
200.
like we're the same height and I'm
Yeah,
200 and like most people don't believe me when I say I weigh that much because like
I
200 at
don't,
our height looks pretty good.
dude. I don't believe you personally. Like, I'm surprised at how like you look good. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go back to the ideas channel. Fucking women, dude.
Just gotta throw that out there. God, I hate women.
Oh, also, I want to talk about men's mental health.
Yeah, what do you got for that?
I have this inspirational photo in the ideas channel. Could you put it up on screen?
Which
It's
one is
look.
it?
Honestly, it's a shit bit. Let's fucking talk about it later. Why are we talking about mental health? I want to talk about diarrhea.
Go ahead. You have the floor. You have the stage.
All right. So I was supposed to meet my brother today, which I did. Thank God he showed up. I was gonna meet him in a Walmart parking lot. I, I was running a
Are
little
you
late.
like gonna buy heroin from him?
Look, he's my brother. Okay, I sell him at a discount.
And your mom is
You hear
finding
that,
out a lot
Mom? I
of
sell
terrible
heroin
things
to my
today.
brother at a discount. You hear that?
Hey,
Sorry.
Artillery's mom.
Jesus Christ. Imagine she's still listening this point to this podcast and she's taking everything we said completely seriously. Which she should, because we are not joking. We have never joked about anything on this podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Where was I? Heroin. Shut up!
Walmart parking lot, heroin.
Fuck you,
You
dude.
buying heroin from your brother.
Stop.
We were talking about that.
Okay, so heroin is kind of tangentially related because it gives you like stomach problems. I'd left home early
and
before
you would
using.
know that because you have done a lot of
Because I've
heroin that you
watched Pulp
bought from your
Fiction,
brother.
dude. Because I've watched Pulp Fiction. Anyway, I my brother, my brother then called and he's like, "I'm gonna be late, dude. Like, 15 minutes late." And I'm like, "Fucking great." I left my house early so I wouldn't be late for this fucker. And now he's left me alone in the fucking Walmart parking lot, and I'm about to just shit my pants. I had diarrhea, right?
Okay.
So I run into the Walmart and spend like 10 minutes searching in futility for the bathrooms before I finally relent and take off my noise canceling autistic headphones and ask an attendant, a
Aren't the bathrooms
stranger.
always just like at the back?
Well, yeah, they're at the back, they're at the wrong side of the back, if that makes
Oh,
sense.
okay.
Like they're on the opposite corner of the first corner I looked to. I asked the attendant, "Hello, miss. As you can tell, I'm a very autistic person. Can I see where the bathrooms are? By the way, you've dropped 82 fucking pins of chopsticks on the floor." I don't fucking know. I'm not going anywhere with this bit. Fuck this. She tells me where the bathrooms is. I go there. One of the stalls is taken. The other stall looks dirty. So I use the disabled stall.
That's very fitting.
Fuck you. Anyway, have I mentioned that I have diarrhea?
Oh yeah, many times.
So yeah,
It's a very important
you,
detail to this story.
all those stories on 4chan of like people going to public bathrooms and World War III is going on in the stall next door.
It's just you in every single one of them.
It's just me. And I have my noise canceling headphones on.
Oh, so you don't even know how bad it is.
No,
You
I know
don't.
exactly how bad it is. Because I can very clearly hear it.
You can hear it through the noise canceling.
I can hear the echo through the noise canceling. It's so fucking loud. And it's awful. And because this is fucking Walmart and it sucks ass, the bathroom is also like full of Walmart people. Like people who
Oh, there's
shop at
just like
Walmart.
people loitering around in here.
And some fucking asshole starts like knocking on my fucking stall. Like, sorry, you want me to keep it fucking down, sir? and then I take off my headphones in disbelief. I'm like, is someone actually fucking knocking on my stall door as I'm very clearly struggling for my life here at Walmart?
You're like developing PTSD there in the stall. This guy's
and the guy
on the
starts
door.
fucking pulling on the door. And I'm like, it's busy. And he goes to the stall next door. And you know what I hear? Because right now I have my headphones off because I don't want to be ambushed by a Walmart crack addict.
Yeah, what do you hear?
Groaning.
What kind? Like pain or pleasure or what do we got here?
I feel like I would have felt safer if I knew. It was so fucking weird. He sounded kind of homeless.
Okay.
And the worst part is, again, this is the Walmart bathroom, which is full. So now I am fully aware of a lot of people entering the bathrooms, hearing a combination of a homeless man groaning and Syrian World War flashbacks. And they're like, nope, and they just go to fucking nope out of there.
They're just hearing like Israel versus Palestine coming out of the disabled stall.
Yeah. Also, I feel like it's important to mention that when I walked out, I was way overdressed. Like I had a suit on and everything. Like I looked super fucking professional. I had like a baller umbrella with me.
This is like right before your Walmart job interview. You just go in there.
Oh my god. So yeah, that's uh I wish
Oh
while leaving
man.
the bathroom I held like my umbrella in my left hand because like people were looking and are they gonna jump me? Like what's going on here? It was weird. Fucking Walmart is the fucking worst place to shop, dude.
Oh yeah,
Like, yeah,
Walmart sucks.
they got everything, right? I can't fault them for that. They have everything you might need. It's just the
Yeah.
clientele.
Here's the meta about Walmart. Some of
Hit
the
me.
things that they have are cheaper than average. Like I don't remember specifics, but I think like clothing there is cheaper than average. But most of the things at Walmart are more expensive than average. Like
Yeah,
Walmart, they draw you in with some things being really cheap, but like on average, you're gonna be spending more money at Walmart than like any other store.
dude. I don't know what it is about Walmart, but I've noticed a lot more concentration of morbidly obese people there. Like, it can be just
That's
me, right?
very true. That's very, very true.
Like, why do all of them just go to Walmart? There's the Canadian Superstore right there. There's like fucking so many other grocery stores and like other general stores right there. Most of the people there are on some level between fit and somewhat obese, like slightly obese, right? Like a little fat, a little chubby, but not too much.
Yeah, it's kind of average.
At Walmart is where you find the cubed people.
Yeah, yeah. Walmart is the Giga Chad store. You got 6 feet cubed people walking around.
Dude, Walmart's where you fucking go to pick up chicks who can give you a fucking exercise.
Oh man, that's where you need to go find your women at
Yeah.
Walmart. Just
No, it's not just for the
patrolling
women.
around
It's for the
Walmart.
gains, right? It's for like you gotta be strong enough to handle her. If you fail with a Walmart woman, then that just means you've not been hitting the gym hard enough.
Yeah, these are the incel tips that you'll only hear on the Garbage Mice.
Oh my
Go patrol around Walmart until you find a fat woman who will tolerate you. And if you
not just
can't lift her, then you failed. You need to hit the gym more.
it's not just lifter, right? It's going all the way through. I'm sorry, but it's for the gains. You got to work out those hip muscles somehow.
Oh man.
It's like I'd imagine it's
That
like slamming
that
your pelvis
reminds
against a
me.
hard rock.
Oh no. Don't give me any imagery here.
It's like a oink, oink, oink.
Uh, this is just reminding me. This is like almost an exact replica of a conversation that I heard when I was in a room with a bunch of people, and I think all of them were high on like a different substance. Like someone was smoking weed, someone was on acid, someone was like on DMT, someone was on shrooms. Like everyone there was on a different substance, and I was the only sober one, or maybe I was like drinking beer. And they were having like an exact replica of this conversation. Like, yo, what would it be like if you were with a fat girl, man? You'd have to like have real strong hips, man.
Oh my goodness. See, this is what I'm
Just a
talking about. It's for
that's
the
just a
gains.
really weird callback. I don't know.
I imagine the guy on LSD freaking the fuck out because
It's
you can imagine it.
like fat, no.
Not the women. No, it's not. He's not scared of the face. He's scared of the woman.
Oh yeah.
He's imagining a woman without his consent. A woman has invaded his mental space, and now he's fucked.
Yeah, it's a very dangerous game you're playing.
She's gonna talk to him about like emotions and other gay shit.
Yeah, inviting a woman into your life is like cracking open a Ouija board.
Honestly, I respect monks a lot more for that. Like they don't like imagine this, right? I imagine some like a decent percentage of like monks and like maybe like 2% or 3% are just incels who hate women so much that they'd rather just live in a monastery. Like you can see that, right?
Yeah.
Like imagine you're like some medieval peasant and you've been rejected by medieval Stacy.
Yeah, or you only have access to like a dozen women in your village and they've all rejected you, so you just have nowhere left.
Yeah, and at that point you're just like, fuck you, I'm gonna live with the other fucking based schizoid chuds.
I'm gonna go over to like Weenie Hut Juniors and I'm just gonna hang out with all of them.
It's I don't know. Should I be disrespecting religious people like that? Yeah.
I think some of them deserve it.
You think some people in the Catholic Church deserve a little bit of mocking? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
What kind of people? It's not. That is very bigoted of your Protestant views.
I don't know how to respond to that.
What kind of people should be mocking the Catholic Church?
Probably the
children.
I was gonna say probably the people that are there who are like the new Catholics. Like I think that there's like an epidemic right now. I'm just guessing. I don't know. I'm guessing that there is like an epidemic right now of people who are like joining Catholic churches because they like watch Nick Fuentes and they like think that he's actually a Catholic. And so they want to be like him, and so they join a Catholic church.
See, that's what I did.
Because that's what women are complaining about right now. That's what like women who are in like their late teens or early 20s, that's who are Catholic, I should say. That's like what they're complaining about right now. Is like there's like an influx in the Catholic Church of men who are like not actually Christian. Like they're just there like because they think that it's a good idea. It's like they want to like save the white race and like the easiest first step to that is like becoming a Catholic, and so they're joining the church, which like that's not even a bad thing that they're joining the church because of that. They just have a lot of really messed up ideas.
See,
they're very ill-informed.
It's kind of this. It goes back to this discussion about like traditional Catholics. See, there are extremist factions within the Catholic Church, right? Like I wish I could say it's homogenous, but
I didn't really know about this, but I'm interested.
So to understand this, we need to go back to the charismatic movement, or Vatican II as well, which is
Catholic artillery is back.
No,
let's go.
What have you done? No, I'm just talking about Catholic culture, not doctrine here. So the charismatic movement was basically a complete response to Pentecostals, right? Like Pentecostal Protestants, who the kind of people who just flap their hands in the air.
If you go on
they'll fall.
What'd you just say?
Like the people who are like, feel the Holy Spirit, and then they start like dancing and shaking and fucking seizing on the floor. You know the type, right?
Yeah, there's like videos of that. I was gonna say, if you go on for too long about this, I'm gonna have to tard wrangle you, just for the sake of the audience.
It's fine. I accept it.
I'm putting you on a timer here.
Oh my god. So, as a response to that, you have a sect of traditional Catholics who believe everything should be in Latin. Okay. Like straight up.
So everything
back to the Roman Empire.
So you're saying that there's like a subset of people who think that like the official language of the United States should be Latin. Like, is that how far they go? Or like
until the 60s, from like the 1500s to the 1960s, all masses and other religious activity was usually said in Latin. because you had like one
How did
official.
anyone join the church then? Like you walk into like okay, it's your first day at the Catholic Church. You walk in and they're speaking Latin.
Well, they speak English like when they like you can still read the Bible. You can still like well, not until like Martin Luther, but well, before Martin Luther you could. Shut up! Shut up! Stop asking me questions.
I'm being a good interviewer here. I'm asking you questions.
Anyway, you're getting Catholic artillery slowly but surely back. uh, Basically, until the 1960s, almost everything was in Latin. Then in the 1960s, the Pope and a bunch of other like bishops and whatnot were like, "What the fuck? This is stupid." So they
The
allowed
sensible
people,
ones.
yeah, they allowed people to worship in their own language, and they relaxed like a lot of the requirements on the mass. Because again, the mass is completely ritual. It's not just like a sermon. It's a full on ritual.
Oh,
Uh,
I'm aware. Yeah.
Shut up, you fucking Protestant. You fuck.
I don't even go to a Protestant church. I don't know how that label has stuck with me so hard.
You're a Protestant. Because you are.
I'm okay. I'm basically like non-denominational at this point. Like,
Which is Protestant.
okay, whatever you want to call it.
No, because non-denominational is a branch of Protestants who don't identify with any mainline Protestant church. Because non-denominational is also separate, like it also branches off from the Protestant Reformation. And a lot of non-denom like denominations, people, yada yada, they share more in common with Protestant theology than Orthodox or Catholic theology. Anyways, we have a group of big fucking nerds in the Catholic Church who are like, no, everybody should speak Latin. Latin is beautiful, and the Novus Ordo is a heresy, and the Pope is the Antichrist. Which is funny to me.
Yeah, understandably.
So the kind of people who Nick Fuentes is inviting into the Catholic Church are usually the kind of people who are like very trad wave, right? Like, why new buildings bad, old buildings better. So they usually end up in those circles. So those circles have evolved from being like, I prefer the traditional Latin Mass to like Nick Fuentes fans. To like fucking,
Yeah.
Guys who cosplay as Hitler in like fucking Halloween.
You dress up as Hitler for Halloween. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, the least I can say is I hope they stick around in the church. Like, I have bashed a lot on Nick Fuentes, and I think that's for good reason. But if he's getting people to join the church, to join the Catholic Church, maybe that's a good thing.
I think they'll calm down.
I just hope they stick around,
Because here's the thing, right? If you're getting basement dwellers to go to the Catholic Church,
yeah, like then, people who were like former like Reddit atheists, and they're now joining the Catholic Church, like that's a good thing.
Yeah, they're gonna meet a lot more like new people with different perspectives and yada yada. And the Catholic Church is fucking huge, dude. Like, you join it. Oh, I'm joining it to save the white race. Well, guess what kind of people you'll find in the Catholic Church? That's right, South Americans.
Oh yeah, it's a very diverse group of people.
Not just very diverse. It's like England and America are basically Protestant countries.
Yeah.
And so is like the Netherlands and a fair bit of Europe. And so it's usually the Protestant churches that are more white.
Yeah.
If you're joining the Catholic Church, all of a sudden you're like dealing with people from Mexico, with like people from Africa. Catholicism is big there.
Yeah. And like Irish people.
Oh, I love the Irish so much. Don't get me fucking started.
Man, I used to work with an Irish person, and they were great. They were so based.
They'd be consistently based.
This was at my job at the bar, and they would be straight up drinking like the picture that I posted earlier of the mega beer. They'd down like 5 of those during their shift. It was crazy. They'd like practically drink the whole beer keg just by themselves. That's while working, while on the clock.
Dude, that's just fucking based.
Yeah.
Ah, man.
Speaking of that, I gotta go get more beers. So go talk about Catholicism while I go to the bathroom and get more beers.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, everybody. I am slowly losing my faith. I still believe in God 100%, 100% of the time. But, like, I don't know. I feel like the church was there to fill a hole that was never to be filled by. See, I'm going to be honest here. I fucking joined the Catholic Church. Just, this is going to sound so fucking retarded. But because I was raised on the internet, right? The reason I joined, not the reason I started to believe, because God, uh, it's because I kind of wanted like a guide on how to be normal and like Catholic ethics. That's the answer. It was not the answer. It was absolutely not the answer. It's very funny that I thought that though. I wanted to cure autism with Catholicism. And what ended up happening is just I became an autistic Catholic. I fucking love it, dude. I'm glad I did. I'm not gonna bash on Catholic. I'm not bashing on Catholicism at all. I'm still Catholic, yada yada. But yeah, another thing I realize is people who are in church are still just regular everyday people, and some of them are fucking pricks. Like, I'm sorry, okay? I had this. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to say anymore. Uh, Protestantism. You should not become Protestant. I will die on this hill. Protestantism is a heresy. Martin Luther is a heretic.
All right, I'm here.
Yeah, I talked about Catholicism a while, and it was very constructive and not at all deconstructive of Catholicism. I did tell people to go to church and not to not go to church.
Yeah. Well, that's great of you. I was considering making it like a real challenge on you because I've got like a load of clothes in the dryer that I need to take out. I was considering, just going to do that, seeing how long you could go.
Oh, I can go, dude. I can fucking go.
Yeah, now I have some fresh beers here. I'm gonna pour them all out into my
Basically,
glass.
what I was saying is, because I actually want to hear your opinion on this.
Okay.
One of the initial reasons I joined and not that I stayed in Catholicism, but like back when I was sort of like those Nick Fuentes fanboys,
Yeah.
is that I wanted to act normal. And so my answer to that was like, oh, of course, Catholic ethics.
Yeah, I think that's something I've probably said a lot of times before. Like, even if you're not a Christian, the Christian morality and the
Yeah.
moral standards that come with that are a great thing to live by, even if you're not a Christian.
I mean, I agree with that, but I did the autistic thing of taking it a little too far because it was never meant to be like a complete guide on how to live. Like, you're supposed to figure that out on your own within those guidelines and not just embody those guidelines. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to have your own kind of humanity and not just, not be too strict about things. I don't know, maybe that's the sinful side of me speaking. Like, I like to figure things out and whatnot.
It's reasonable,
I
right?
feel like I've talked about this before, though.
Have you? I don't remember.
It was on a stream.
God fucking damn it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Dude, did I ever talk about... See, one of the reasons I don't even go to mass anymore is like I got this dude. And you gotta consider this in the context of me being autistic as fuck. But I
Okay.
got this friend that I just don't want to fucking see anymore.
Oh man.
No, because listen, right? Because when I'm at mass or at church, what am I there to do? To pray.
Yeah, to worship and to hear a sermon, I assume.
Yeah, and I'm an altar server, at my church, and they basically all expect me to altar serve there nowadays, which is fine.
What's that for the people who don't know? Because I kind of don't know.
Okay, so again,
it's like
Catholic
different at every church, probably.
A little bit, but they all kind of perform the same duties. See, the Mass at its core is just the offering of the body and blood of Christ to God. But since it's such a special occasion, sometimes young men, or just men in general, in the church are, just picked. And sometimes it's, how do I say this? It used to be that people who want to become clergy in the church would have to do this. But nowadays, it's just laity. You would be in the sanctuary at the altar, like around the priest, performing little tasks here and there, like ringing bells, incensing the altar, incensing the priest, keeping the incense burning in a little incense container called a thurible.
Okay.
Bringing the the water and the wine forward to the altar. Shut up. So it's a lot of minor things, but it's basically helping the priest in the Mass.
Helping the church run, kind of. Okay.
Yeah, and you add a little bit of flair to the Mass, because it's supposed to be a lot more reverent and respectful that way. So this is partly why I'm so aware of, like, the Catholic Mass. However, you got to consider that I've only been Catholic for, like, less than a year, honestly, if you want to consider from the date I was baptized.
Huh.
So, I have this friend who was with me in my faith journey and yada yada. And honestly, I stopped going to church because he's such a fucking judgmental prick. like part of the Mass is you gotta confess your sins and then strike your chest 3 times and saying my fault, right? My sins are my fault. I fucked up. You're telling God you fucked up. Well, being autistic, I may have been hitting it a little too hard. Like not like just slamming it, but a little too hard. So one day he takes me to the side and he's like, "Yo, artillery, I've noticed you've been hitting your chest a little too hard during like the Confiteor." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't notice that. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, I'll be lighter on it." He's like, "Yeah, you're supposed to be lighter on it. Why are you doing it?" I didn't know I was doing it, dude. I just thought that's how you do it, so I'll stop doing it. No, why are you doing it? You're saying you weren't doing it for any reason? People always do things for a reason. What was your fucking reason?
This is fucking cunt. This is kind of a Redditor right here. This is a guy that needs to be like smacked across the head.
I wish I had like the fortitude to just tell him to fuck off right there and then. But I didn't, because up until that point we were like decent friends, right? Like very he's fine, he's cool, whatever. I thought, hey, he's just having a fucking rough day or whatever. I told him like no, and he kept insisting on it like a complete fucking retard, and I told him no. Like there is no meaning behind it. I just didn't know how to do it. Right? So that's one of the instances. The other instance was like you're only supposed to eat and consume the body and blood of Christ if you're in good graces with God. Basically, if you've sinned recently and it's a major sin, you're supposed to confess that first. And if you didn't, well then, you're not supposed to eat. And I was having a little bit of a crisis of faith at that time. I believe it was August 13th. I still remember the fucking date because that's when my autism activated. See, I'm going to bring this up again.
Okay.
Autistic people can hide the fact that they're autistic in direct interactions.
You can hide your power level.
But if you're under a lot of stress, you forget to do that because it's a cognitive thing, not an instinctual thing. People do eye contact and like just don't move around as much as autistic people do just by nature. Autistic people have to kind of train to do that. So that day I was under a lot of stress and I had completely forgotten how to act normal. I had also stopped receiving the body and blood of Jesus Christ. Because I was having a little bit of a crisis of faith, you know? Like, I was wondering, maybe I am too Catholic. That's when I was starting to think about that. So, same fucking guy comes up to me and he's like, "Yo, artillery, I've noticed you have not, I've noticed that you may have not been receiving, the Eucharist recently. Is that, is everything okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you're right, I haven't, but don't worry about it. It's fine." And meanwhile, I'm just fidgeting with a coin. Like I'm just flipping a coin over and over, like an ounce bullion of silver, flipping it in my hand. And
you're gonna make your silver get all you're gonna make it brown. You're gonna make it black.
It tarnishes. It's fine. Don't get me started on silver,
polish
please.
Your silver.
Shut up. I'm talking about Catholicism here.
Catholicism and silver. That's the summary of like 20 straight episodes of Garbage Mice.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah. The greatest podcast on the internet.
He's like, "Okay, but why don't you go into confession?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it, dude. We can talk about this later." And then he pauses for a second, which is something he usually does, right? Whenever he wants to make like a very smart point, he just pauses for a couple, like 10 seconds or so, and then talks as if he's saying something very profound and deep and smart. But consistently and without fail, every time he does that move, the next words that come out of his mouth are the dumbest, most retarded shit he ever says. Like, he did the same move before like comparing, Syrian relationships to fucking kidnapping and raping women.
Oh no! Wait, that's the same person.
It's the same guy.
Oh no!
And so he pauses for 10 seconds, and you know what he says?
Mm-hmm.
He says to me, a grown-ass man, practically twice his size, and I'm not just talking about the fat. He goes, "You're really acting like a child right now." Can you excuse me?
Yeah, that's not a very nice thing to say to someone.
He goes, "Well, you're not making eye contact. Your body's facing away from me, and you keep playing with that stupid fucking coin." What a cunt!
Yeah, maybe he's right though.
Oh, shut the fuck up, you two. Again, this is in the context of, why aren't you receiving the Eucharist? I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, I'll drop character here and say that. Yeah, that was a very rude thing for him to say to you.
It's not just rude. It's
not usually something you want to like call out to someone.
It's completely fucking insane, and he knows I've been like going through shit. I hadn't been eating properly for like a month at that point. It was a completely fucking different thing. Whatever. Fuck that guy, dude.
Yeah.
So I just walk away, and initially my reaction is like, I'm just gonna let things calm down. Go talk to some other people. Yada yada. And then I go back to talk to him, like, just meet him, and I'm like, hopefully he's realized how fucking stupid he's being.
Yeah.
Can you guess whether or not he realized how stupid he was being?
No, he didn't. I already know. He didn't. I don't even have to guess. I already know he didn't.
Because he kept pushing the same fucking point. So I go meet him outside the church, because we're supposed to hang out after church later. Yeah. And he goes, "You still haven't answered me, like, why aren't you receiving the Eucharist?" Are you fucking kidding me, dude? I said I don't want to talk about it. It's like, why don't you want to talk about it? I tell him, specifically, I don't want to talk about it with you. Because every time we fucking talk, it's like...
tell him, artillery, tell him.
I told him, like, the whole fucking shit with, like, comparing my people to rapists and fucking doing that other shit with the whole striking your breast thing. Like, fuck off, dude. I don't feel comfortable talking to you about this. And then he acts completely shocked. I had completely victimized him. And so, he finds it appropriate during this time where I specifically told him I don't want to talk about this shit right now, to keep pushing the fucking subject. So he finds it a very smart idea to go back to the conversation where he compared my people to rapists and trace back every single fucking thing we said according to him. It's not even everything we said, it's everything we said according to his memory, which is fucking bullshit. Because he's going to be like, no, I didn't say it like that. I had a completely different context for saying it, even though it happened like fucking 3 weeks prior. And so I tell him, like, I don't want to talk about this right now. So he keeps talking about it. Am I the autistic person here?
No.
Fuck.
No. Well, you kind of are, but no.
Yeah, no, I am the autistic person. I'm just not the retarded person. I feel like there's a difference here.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a difference between intellectual disability and autism.
I feel like our demographic could really use this segment. I'll drop a Red Sante social skill tip. You know, kind of like a Linus Tech tip. Unsolicited advice is a big no-no. It will make people upset, and they won't listen to you.
It's not just unsolicited advice. Inquiring into people's business they don't want to fucking talk about. Calling them children when they specifically don't want to fucking talk to you right now. Bringing up subjects that the person is completely not fucking interested in talking about. And then when they tell you to stop talking about it, you continue talking about it. And then when they try to walk away, change the subject, or to do anything else, you keep fucking talking about it. And then you're like, oh, so we're just going to act like everything's okay now. No, we're not. And I swear to God, for an hour. Because again, I respected that person for some fucking reason I did. I don't know why, looking back. And I wanted to keep on good terms with him. Again, I don't know why. And so I just sat there and listened. And I told him, look, I specifically don't want to talk about this right now. I specifically am not interested in this conversation. I specifically, I try to find any other way of life. And we have a friend we're supposed to hang out with who's just pacing back and forth. Because he's waiting for us to stop arguing. I don't want to fucking argue because he wants to be like, well, you're wrong for telling me I'm rude to you after I called you a fucking child and won't shut up about the shit you're telling me specifically to shut the fuck up about. Eventually, I just snapped in the nicest way that I could. And I told him, you know what? You're right. You're right about everything. I am very sorry for trying to bring up the fact that you're disrespectful to me. I'm very sorry in trying to talk to you about this shit. I am very sorry I opened up to you in the first place. Congratulations. You're right. You win the argument. Now leave me alone.
I see.
He did end up texting and apologizing, but I don't want to be at fucking mass thinking, ooh, I wonder what people are looking at me doing right now. That's one of the things I did enjoy about church is that I felt like everybody's just there for their own fucking purposes. And meanwhile, this guy's just eyeing everybody like, this person has
I gotta give advice to everyone.
It's not just advice, it's the fucking judgmental aspect of it. Like, why are you striking your breast so hard? Why are you not receiving the Eucharist? You gotta tell me why. You gotta stop doing that. You're acting like a complete child. This fucking holier than thou attitude, which until that point in my entire church experience, I had been the only person doing that.
Yeah.
So it felt, I don't know.
Anyways, you got any more left in you, or you want to talk about the last topic and then
Mr.
wrap
Beast,
things up here because we're at the 2-hour mark.
I want to say something about Mr. Beast, honestly.
Mr. Beast. All right, let's talk about Mr. Beast.
The editing in his recent videos is getting obnoxious.
Oh yeah, I'm really starting to dislike it.
You know the ones I'm talking, like everything explodes.
Yeah, it's like CGI and everything.
Like, dude, the content is interesting on its own.
Yeah.
I don't know. Also, hopefully I didn't come off as too hateful in the Catholic talking about that dude.
The 1 hour long Catholic segment.
No, because at the end of the day, me and that dude are still kind of friends, but...
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's like just kind of don't want to deal with it right now. Just letting it fucking die down a little bit. Just wanted to talk about it a bit. Hopefully this podcast doesn't reach him. Hopefully some asshole isn't like doxed artillery, knows exactly what church I'm talking about, knows exactly the friends I hang out with, even though like none of them have social media. And so texts him and he's like, artillery's talking mad shit about you.
And he like uses the pseudonym as well. Like artillery is talking.
Yeah.
Like who's
Who the fuck is artillery? Yeah. Oh no! It's the anti-Semitic podcast guy. Oh shit! I told him about the podcast. Imagine it's like he's wondering how I'm doing, listens to this podcast, and finds out I'm not going to church specifically to avoid it.
And you're gonna cause a suicide.
No, shut up, dude. Shut up.
Hey, that's kind of dark.
It's very dark, especially in these trying times for me. Betzante, have you not heard? Today, I have taken 5 multivitamins in hopes of ending my life. But
and you washed it down with a protein shake.
I washed it down with some whey and coffee.
And you
very
you took,
strong
like,
and dark coffee.
The whole like bottle of fiber gummies.
Yeah,
that's how you cause World War III in the Walmart toilet. You take the whole bottle of fiber gummies.
You caught me. This is how I did it. Okay, so honestly, this is a bad like subject while I'm talking about. While I have a Smirnoff bottle and a fucking what's this? Weiser's whiskey on my desk. I don't even drink them. I just have them on my desk.
Are they like full or
No.
unopened?
The Weiser's almost empty. Actually,
Yeah.
the Weisers I drink with my cigars because how am I going to smoke a cigar without fucking drinking whiskey, which is dope. I don't know why I have the Smirnoff here. I haven't touched that fucking bottle ever since like the drinking episode.
No, it was for the drinking episode.
It's halfway gone, so I'm pretty sure I drank some of it at some point. I just don't remember.
Yeah, that's how you know you had Smirnoff, when you don't remember drinking it. The bottle just like slowly drains and you never remember drinking it.
I swear there were at least 4 more shots in here. Huh. Am I that lightweight? I actually once got shit faced at a corporate.
I'd be surprised if you're that lightweight, because you're like
no,
220 pounds.
So one time at a corporate event, after the acting thing, after the improv thing, I don't know if I talked about it, but I hadn't eaten all day, and I had like a lot to drink, thinking that I'm still heavyweight.
Yeah, but it's really easy to like mix that up if you haven't eaten, because like the difference with me is so extreme. Like when I'm on a full stomach, I can drink like 8 beers and then still be good to drive, and that's not even a joke. Like I have multiple people who can vouch for me that I one time drank 8 beers and then drove, and I was fine.
If I am not like, if I have eaten 6 shots is not enough to fucking knock me down. Unless I'm drinking straight alcohol, it is not enough to get me drunk enough, right? Like, I'm still sober. My mental faculties are all still there. Like, yeah, I'm a little buzzed. I definitely feel buzzed, but, 220 pounds, not gonna affect me that much. Where the fuck did the Smirnoff go? Did I seriously get blackout drunk and stuff? I don't remember doing that. And I live like such a fucking peaceful lifestyle that there's no way I'm such a fucking party animal.
Maybe like, I don't know, maybe some spilled. I don't know.
Oh, actually, I might have used this to clean.
You use it as a cleaning product? You clean up stuff with Smirnoff?
Because it's alcohol. I don't know.
You get like a cut on your arm.
I think I know what it is.
Smirnoff on it.
I think I know what it is. I think at some point I was trying to mix different things. and just like trying to mix Smirnoff with it.
Yeah, that'll make your
Oh
your bottle go down fast.
I was having it with some orange juice. I remember now.
Making screwdrivers. I see.
Yeah, screwdrivers. They taste awful. Smirnoff sucks. Oh, fuck it.
Yeah,
I hate
dude,
it.
vodka orange juice. I remember when I was like 15 or 16, something like that. I was at like a pool. It was like late night. I was at a hotel pool with a friend of mine, and there was like an old man there drinking a screwdriver. And he told me, he was like, yeah, one day you're gonna really like vodka orange juice. It's gonna really take the edge off. So I like remembered that for a long time, and I tried it one time, and it was disgusting. I was like, oh man, that old man, that guy lied to me.
He did. Screwdrivers suck ass. Like, especially. See, I think the problem is cheap vodka. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, that's definitely dude. Cheap vodka is the worst. It's horrendous.
I talked about Syrian vodka before, haven't I?
Yeah,
oh my god!
You said it tasted like grenade shells.
They do, dude. I just remembered how fucking wild Syrian like high schools and middle schools are.
They're in there drinking grenade shell flavored vodka.
I wanted to bring this up in the smoking segment, so I'm gonna bring this up right now. In Syrian high schools, right? At least the ones I went to. In Syria, people smoke indoors all the fucking time, everywhere. There's a law that teachers shouldn't smoke in the classroom. There's no law against students smoking in the classroom, so I've seen that happen.
Oh, I've seen that happen too. It happens.
Dude, serious, such a fucking shit show. I see. The sad part is, I know exactly why I was so attached to Syria now.
Is it because you? Well, go ahead. I'll ask later.
I'd rather not even talk about it. It's just embarrassing.
Well, then I'll just ask. Is it because you were? I don't even know how to word this. Is it because you were being like challenged in a way, like, oh, this is like a difficult environment that's kind of building me up and it's giving me good stories and it's exciting?
Well, no. Well, initially in the first year and maybe 2 years in Canada, it was because A, all my friends are there, B, my family's there. Change is very hard to an autistic person, right? In general. And Canada initially was very unstable because I was living with my brother, who was moving houses every fucking 5 minutes. And in Syria, I also had people that I did want to eventually come back and see. Like, it was my main thing. So in my mind, Syria was way better than here. Because back in Syria were all the people who I wanted to be with.
I see, yeah.
But with clarity, you kind of realize that it's all fucking bullshit. It fucking sucks ass. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great to finally be free of that. It's like, oh no, home country is the best. It's like, no, it's not. It sucks. Most of the people there suck. I don't know, but I feel like I have diarrhea right now. I feel like I'm gonna shit my pants.
Just like Walmart.
Just like Walmart. So kids, don't beat your...
Is your memory of Walmart, did it give you any feelings of PTSD, your experience in the Walmart bathroom?
Well, the Walmart itself didn't give me any PTSD, but once, all the shots were being fired and, it sounded like machine guns and explosions with very long, like, how missiles do? Pew! Oh, wait, hold on. I have to turn off noise canceling. They do. Wee! It was like that with how badly I was farting. So it brought me back to a very dark place.
It brought you back to Syria. All roads lead to home country.
all roads lead to home country. You know, I think I've had less PTSD from fireworks.
Dude, there could be like a full on like Jim Can't Swim video about like the breakdown of the psychology of artillery.
Dude, I swear to God, it would be great. It's part of my dude. Honestly, my journal, while writing it, it feels normal to me. Then I come back to it, and it is the ramblings of an insane person. There is a part where I just start stabbing the paper.
Oh my.
Dude, honestly, there's a lot of stories that I want to bring up that are just way too fucking dark for the podcast. I don't know, man.
It's good that you recognize that they're too dark for the podcast because I don't want to have to start editing stuff out.
Yeah, and then I remember that part where they all collectively ganged up on me and beat the shit out of me, and I knew ever since then my dick would incur the same. For the record, that's a joke. My dick is perfectly fine. For all the women in the audience,
Yeah,
dick is great. You know
I think that the only woman in the audience is your mom.
Shut up. Toot is in the audience, right?
That's not a woman. This is an alt-right podcast. We're not supposed to acknowledge Toot as a woman.
Dude, have you seen the photos of Toot?
Oh yeah, Toot doesn't pass.
Toot is 300 pounds.
What? Okay, I didn't know that.
That's what I've heard anyways.
I saw like the face picture of Toot. I saw it against my will. I was just like scrolling through. I only scroll through the Monkey Discord like once every like 2 months, maybe. And the one time I happened to like be in there scrolling, there was a face picture of Toot, and it's like, oh man, that's kind of unfortunate.
That's sad. Yeah. I scroll through the Monkey Discord for the memes. We should. I feel like I don't want to end the podcast on like, my parents were bad.
Yeah, we were going to talk about Mr. Beast. I was going to present my schizo theory.
Dude, I loved that laser room. Not the laser room video. Fuck. The other one where it's just one guy.
Oh, that one. Yeah, the 10 like levels. That one guy.
That was good.
That was a great video.
I love it.
But I just like randomly came up with something the other day. And I've been developing it. It's a little theory of mine. So I stumbled across something. I don't remember where I was reading this. But I basically found out that in the chocolate industry, which Mr. Beast has a chocolate company, the Feastables brand, it is basically impossible to create chocolate, especially on like a mass scale. Sorry, I had to burp. I've been drinking like 18 trillion beers. But it is almost impossible to get all of the ingredients to make chocolate without buying them from someone who used child labor to harvest them.
I mean, hey, you gotta start those children early for that good work ethic, right?
Yeah, you gotta put those kids in the wage cage to get their work ethic going.
I mean, hey, if they're not in the mines, who is it going to be? Adults? No, thank you. I'd rather not. Leave it to the kids.
Yeah,
I mean, they fit better there, right? They need like smaller tunnels. You know.
Yeah, I don't want to go into the mines. Just make the kids do it.
Hey, it's either them or me, right? It's a live, you know. It's a kill or be killed world. It's a fish or be eaten. It's a eat or be eaten pond.
Yeah, make the kids work in the Amazon warehouses, whatnot.
Honestly, that would solve a lot of our problems, wouldn't it?
Just making kids work in the Amazon warehouse.
Dude, hear me out, okay? You get less annoying fucking Zoomers. Because they're all like now jaded, alcoholic, like chain smoking warehouse workers. Exactly.
Yeah.
So you no longer get the skibbity toilet generation. Right?
Yeah.
Because imagine this. Would you want 53 million children to be watching every episode of Skibbity Toilet, or would you want 53 million new pairs of hands in the workforce?
Yeah. I mean, on one hand, that would probably be better for kids. Like, there was like a Sam Hyde video that I saw like a long time ago. I usually don't agree with Sam Hyde takes, but there are some that like really resonate with me. And one of the ones that I saw was,
for the record, before you continue, I am not in favor in putting kids into work. I am saying this as a joke. I know some people in the audience are probably autistic enough to hear me joke about awful subjects. Yeah, and be like, "Oh my god, artillery is so awful."
Yeah.
Some high video you agree with?
But yeah. Like there was like a segment where he found like a video of a kid that was like trying to be a rapper, and he was like, "Oh, this kid should like be learning how to repair like air conditioners instead of doing like whatever nonsense this is." And that kind of hit me, like, yeah, kids today should probably be learning like actual skills instead of doing whatever they're doing, like watching anime or whatever.
Ooh, watching anime. Truly, the West has fallen.
And it's not even like I'm not even in the camp of like everyone should be trying to like make billionaires richer by, you know, hustling and working crazy long hours. Like, you literally should just be like learning how to do stuff. But anyway, that's, you know, that's, I'm done like giving advice or whatever.
So basically, fuck them kids.
Yeah, the other thing I was gonna say, I don't really like talking about my job history too much, but I will say I have worked in an Amazon warehouse before. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh my god, you never brought that up.
It was like a short thing I did just because I'm not like afraid of trying new things. Like I was in like, there was a gap in my employment for various reasons, and I'm like, there's a job opening here. I might as well just try it. And it was a literal sweatshop. Like I only lasted a couple of weeks. This was like before GARBAGEMICE, I'm pretty sure. This was a long time ago. And like I only lasted a couple of weeks. It was a literal sweatshop. It was ridiculous.
Well, it's good that you survived.
Yeah, I'm glad I made it out alive, because that was awful. I do not recommend that anyone work in an Amazon warehouse.
I talked about the factory job and on the podcast before, right?
Yeah, that was like the first couple episodes. I remember you told all your factory stories.
Dude, they were having me like, they had a broken fucking machine that they wanted me to work instead of. Like, it's supposed to put these massive like 20-liter boxes of water, 20 fucking kilograms on pallets as fast as the machine fucking produces them. And they were like, well, artillery, here's your job. And it would break my back, and I would get yelled at if I sat down for 5 fucking seconds. And it was a 10-hour fucking shift.
Oh,
dude,
man.
I don't know. Dude, I'm being honest. A lot of the places here, like this, the fucking supermarket, what else was it? Fucking restaurant. All those different places I worked in my first 3 years while I was struggling, they don't treat you like a human. Right? Especially if you're an immigrant, especially if they know they can get away with it.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
It's depressing.
It's like I don't know. I'm not even gonna say that.
Say it. Fucking say it. Say it to my fucking face right now.
The reason I wasn't gonna say it is because I'm basically copying someone else's opinion, but it's like
opinion.
No, it's not Ted Kaczynski's opinion. It's comparable to a lot of the moments in Office Space, where the people basically hit their breaking point. They realize like, oh, the company that I work for, the company that I'm slaving away for, doesn't actually care about me, and they're just gonna like replace me with, you know, some guy in India.
Oh, that movie.
Yeah, Office Space. Mike
the
Judge.
Where they beat up the fucking printer.
Oh yeah, and they like committed fraud. they
Yeah,
they
and then
like
the whole place
stole like
burns down.
a couple $100,000 from the company, and then the building burned down. Yeah,
And it burns down after the guy left a confession or something, right?
yeah. Like Peter left a confession, and then the building burned down before his boss could read it. Yeah,
That's fucking based. I love that
yeah.
movie.
That movie's fantastic. I,
Die,
s-
motherfuckers, die! Ha!
I still didn't pay for it though. I pirated it.
Hey, it's probably better. The fucking publishing money would have had the money anyways.
Yeah,
That's probably publishing money, publishing
publishing
company.
company. Yeah,
Oh my god.
man. Are we gonna talk about Mr. Beast and his child slave? Or we already did. So I've been sipping on this mega beer too much. I for gore.
He's bro literally for gore.
Do we have anything else to go over? Or can we end this 5 hour long episode?
Honestly, I got a question. How did you like in fucking recording this podcast?
Oh yeah,
I feel like
I
when we're
definitely
doing this
did.
like once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks instead of like once a week, 2 hours should be more expected because we
Yeah,
come with a lot more material than once a week.
yeah. Oh, there's something we didn't even cover. We still have something left.
What?
I was gonna talk about the Israel versus Palestine.
Oh my god. Yeah, fucking go for it. But because here's the thing: if we wait until next week,
It's
like nukes
short.
might go off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
go ahead.
it's short. I don't even have much to say. I was just gonna say that there's a video that's been going around online. It's like a mega viral video. Like people have probably seen it. The people listening to this have probably seen it. Of someone in an Apple store complaining about how one of the employees has a Palestine flag on them. And here's the thing. I have literally no idea what's going on. Like Israel and Palestine, I literally don't know what's happening in either country. And so it brings me so much joy. It makes me happier than anything in the world to sit here in my ignorance, my blissful ignorance, and just see people scream at each other over like stuff that I think is just like nothing.
Honestly, it's
And
for the fucking better, dude.
yeah, like some person out in public sees another person and they're wearing a Palestine flag, and person A calls Palestine person a terrorist. And like that's just so funny to me. It's like people are taking this so seriously where like it's like on the level of like a racist meme where like a person sees a brown person out in public wearing a Palestine flag and they call them a terrorist. Like that's literally something that like a redditor would do, or like a neckbeard 4chan person would do. Like
This is like
they see like a brown
2005.
person out in public and they call them a terrorist.
This is like 2005 fucking George Bush, right?
Yeah, explain. What
Like
do you mean?
George. This is like post Iraq War. Like the
Okay.
Arabs, like post 9/11 America. They're fucking Arabs and the fucking terrorists and fucking glass the whole Middle East.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah, you're right. It is like on that tier where it's I like I see a brown person in public and I just mauled. I just start applying like every single negative stereotype to them possible.
That is literally me.
Yeah, like
Honestly, I've
I
been I've been around enough brown people to know no, just stay away.
based and red pilled, I gotta say.
Yeah, this is why I want to save the white race because I don't want more of us fuckers. There's already enough. Please, no more fucking Syrians. Please. Actually, wait, hold on. I found this hilarious meme.
Now your mom, who's still listening, is gonna feel guilty for creating more Syrians.
She should. I mean, hey, do I look like I'm enjoying life? Uh, Hold on. Copy image. Go to the ideas channel. Our secret hangout. Here you go. Please read this.
Here, I'll read it. refugees protest against monotonous Italian food. Okay, so this is just like a meme.
Yeah.
And it's like a SpongeBob meme. I'll just have to put it on screen of a they're just making fun of Italian food and refugees and whatnot. Yeah, that's ridiculous. That was like a thing I saw trending a while ago. It was like people were making fun of like, yeah, basically like black and brown people for going to Italy, which is like famous for having really good food, and saying that the food is like under seasoned. like they can't eat anything that isn't doused in like, you know, $2 a bottle like pre-made seasoning.
Oh my god. No, I think it's more to do with at least for Arabs at the very least. See, I don't know, because in my mind, Italian food and Middle Eastern food are shockingly similar.
Oh yeah, they definitely are.
'Cause you got the olive oil, you got the fucking like same basic composition, basically, like pasta, like tomatoes. It's weird. It's weird. But what I think is happening here is maybe these refugees are just being like fed potatoes every single fucking day.
They're carb
Well,
maxing.
they're like this is what I'm thinking. Like, if I want to go and read this story, what's this story called? Because initially it seems funny, right? Refugees protest against. Okay, refugees protest against monotonous Italian food. Okay, this link is not working. To go back, here we go. Islamist Watch. Oh my god. 2 days, group of 40 asylum seekers staying at a refugee center in the Veneto province of Bellino refused to eat the pasta with tomato sauce, bread, and eggs meals they were given and called to be fed from their own countries. Okay, this is maybe a little too much to be fed from your own countries. But imagine eating nothing but pasta, tomato sauce, bread, and eggs.
You're just like me for real.
Well, you do it by choice because we're both fucking lazy. Dude, wait, honestly, wait. If you're still watching, very important cooking tip. Onions.
Onions and garlic. You gotta add garlic
Onions
too.
and garlic. They
Even
they
if
add
it's just
so
like the
much
powdered,
taste.
like stupid seasoning. Like you don't even have to have like fresh garlic.
It adds
Just add the
so much
powder.
taste.
Yeah, that's why. Okay, if you're one of those people that eats fast food every single day, I've probably said this before. If you're one of those people that eats fast food constantly, and then you try to make food at home and you don't think it tastes good, it's because the fast food that you're eating has like an ungodly amount of salt on it. And if you tried to add that much salt to your home cooking, you would like be ashamed of yourself. It's like it's so much salt.
Dude, just pepper.
Yeah.
Just add pepper. It works better than salt.
Yeah, the amount of like seasoning and just like heart attack stuff that they put on fast food to make it taste good. It's like nauseating. So if you just put a little bit of that on your home cooking, it'll taste like your chicken tendies from Wendy's, whatever.
Just a little bit of heart attack, not too much.
Yeah.
You got anything else you want to talk about?
I don't think I have anything. I think I've but anyways, okay, we're back. I had to cut that. No, I put everything out on the table. I think I've gotten everything from the past month. I put it all out there. Except for the stuff that I prepared for the next stream. That's coming eventually.
Are you gonna stream without me? No, that's sad. I'm sad. Why you gotta do that to me, man?
If you want to hop on, you can. But
maybe
it's up to you. Anyways, I think we're done here. We've been going for 2.5 hours. more than that.
100%.
Yeah. But thank you guys for listening to the Garbage Mice podcast. We're done
Please
here.
stop listening if you're my mother and you've listened to this far. Shit,
Yeah.
I'm imagining her. She's gonna text me like, "We raised you so well. Oh my god."
How did you end up this way? You're an anti-Semite now.
No, that's the base part. That's the part they like.
Oh yeah, okay, I got that wrong.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, we're done here. I'm walking off stage as we speak. Goodbye.
Good night, everyone.